Today is the last day to register, and hang on just a second, I've got a list of these right here. It's the last day to register in a number of states, and, well, what happened to my list? Apparently I don't have the list. But, Greg Palast, I believe, has the list with us, and Greg is on the line with us. Hey, Greg, welcome back.
Glad to be with you, Tom.
I was sure I got that list from Lenny, and I thought I printed it out this morning. I don't know what happened to it, but we've got a bunch of
cheating.
Go ahead.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at my electronic cheat list. Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, and South Carolina. Online today is your last day, but in Carolina and other states you can register by going to a voting office or other ways. Please check. So again, today is the last day to register online. Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio, Tennessee, Texas, and South Carolina. Do you remember that now, Tom?
I do.
Okay.
I'm not going to recite it back, though. I don't remember it that well. But if you just recognize the name of your state in that list and go to iwillvote.com and you can check your voter registration. It's the portal the Democrats put together. And I think that you've got a site, too, Greg, to find out if you've been knocked off the voting rolls. In fact, Leonardo DiCaprio was tweeting a video of you over the weekend. Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, we have a 1-minute video voiced by Yvette Nicole Brown. Yes, and the initial hosting was by your friend, Mr. DiCaprio. About 4.5 million people so far have seen this 1-minute film. Please do, because it's about the mass purge of voters in America, which, by the way, can be you. The targets are especially voters of color, and if you've got a last name like Kim or Rodriguez or Jackson, please go to SaveMyVote2020.org, where you can see if you've been purged. Now, again, I want to warn people, don't misread it. This is a list of people who've been removed in the past few years, mostly by GOP secretaries of state, but not all. And see if you've been removed. If so, there's a link to re-register. This is the moment to do it. Don't assume that you are registered, even if you've been voting in the same place 30 years. I checked, literally, Greg Palast was purged in California, and I just re-registered online. I saved my vote, and I got it, yeah.
Wow.
And, so there's no one's safe. So I don't care what color or age or name you have, but there's no question from the list that the Palast investigative team has put together. We sued a lot of states to get these purge lists, including, obviously, we sued Brian Kemp and successfully got these lists in Georgia, where I'm very concerned because it is a swing state in which there's been a vicious attack on voters of color, as we know. And there's also 2 Senate seats open, which could flip the Senate. I'm not telling you to vote for, but my God, the Senate and the presidency shouldn't be decided because some guy doesn't like everyone named Jesse Jackson. And that's what we have to. So today, I can't emphasize enough. Please check your registration. Don't assume your registration is good. Re-register immediately online. Each state has different rules. I'm very concerned, and yes, so that's what the 1-minute piece we had, which is up at, obviously you could see that at Mr. DiCaprio's Instagram site, but also GregPalast.com, and get that film around and get people to register today.
Yeah. And I retweeted it a while ago. You can find it on my Twitter feed, timeline. Greg, this, you and I have known each other for a long time, and we've been talking about this stuff since Bush v. Gore and Bush v. Kerry. I mean, the 2 elections that we're pretty sure were, the first we know was stolen. The second one we're pretty sure, I am pretty sure was stolen.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that I told you. In fact, I probably told it to you. Sitting around with a glass of wine at your house or mine more often than I remember. Of going to Washington D.C. with a bunch of talk show hosts from Air America and talking to a group of Democratic senators and congressmen, and saying we really need to talk about voter suppression and the security of these electronic voting machines, and having probably the most powerful Democratic senator who is not the Senate Majority Leader stand up and say, no, we don't want to talk about that. It's our party's policy not to discuss these issues because we're afraid that it'll cause people not to have faith that their vote will be counted, which will cause them not to bother to show up and vote. And we were all arguing, no, it's the other way around. We need to turn this into a war. I mean, look at what the Republicans would be doing if it was going in the other direction. But that's been the official position, not just of the Democratic Party, but of the media. I mean, up until this last, 2 years, really, the whole idea of voter suppression or rigged elections or insecure voting machines has been something that is all over, progressive media, but it's not appearing in, quote, mainstream media. Now it is. How do you see, regardless of the outcome of this election, I think the vast majority of Democrats now realize that the only way Republicans can win is by cheating. And if they win, this is going to obviously be perceived as cheating. But how do you think that that's going to change election law going forward? We saw H.R. 1. I mean, there's a brilliant piece of legislation that Nancy Pelosi got out of the House. It's what we were begging for in 2005 in that meeting in D.C., and we got blown off. It seems to me like some really good stuff might come down the road if our republic survives this experience. What do you think?
You're much more of an optimist than I am, Tom. Look, the omerta about vote suppression, racial vote suppression in 2016, the Democratic Party decided, let's just be quiet about it because we don't want to discourage people from voting. So ask President Hillary Clinton how that worked out, the silence, the omerta of the Democratic Party. And the mainstream media too. It was like electric. You and I have been screaming about this, but I'm an investigator. I'm down in these states. I'm seeing hundreds of thousands of people, black people and Hispanics, Asian Americans, young people, thrown off the voter rolls in Georgia. I'm at the polling station where they're saying, "I've been removed. I've been removed. I've been removed." People in tears. People angry. And my a radio host, Raheem Shabazz in Atlanta, they give him a provisional ballot, because he's not on the voter roll, so he knows he's going to lose his vote. But they give him a little peach, a sticker that says "I voted Georgia Peach," and that's his provisional ballot is to a real ballot, like the plastic peach is to a real peach. We've been talking about this, and finally Stacey Abrams broke the omerta of the Democratic Party and said this is a serious issue, especially for voters of color. And when she took that forward, she almost flipped the state of Georgia. In fact, her work may lead to Georgia becoming a blue state. The Democratic Party has made this decision to be silent. Oh, we don't want to discourage people from voting. What I saw in Georgia, and I saw in other states where Democratic Party, like Wisconsin, made an issue. They won with the issue. They won with the issue in Wisconsin. They almost won in Georgia, and they may win this time in Georgia by saying, they're stealing your vote because it's really valuable. Now get out there and steal it back. Take it back. And that has been more successful. Whether the Democratic Party is going to learn its lesson on this, I don't know.